you're someone who wants to practice medicine in Dubai, then you've come to the right place, because I will be teaching you a step-by-step guide about everything that you need to know in order to get your DHA license. So please keep watching. And if you're new to my channel, please do not forget to subscribe, because I will be making a lot of videos which will be useful for the doctors, and well, I have many exciting projects that I've been thinking about, so please don't miss out on that. So if you're watching this video, I'm sure that you know that in order to practice medicine in the UAE, we have to have passed a licensing exam. Now each city has a different licensing exam. For Dubai, it's the Dubai Health Authority, the DHA exam. That is the one that I will be talking about in the video, because I'm someone who's passed that exam and I'm already practicing as a general practitioner in Dubai. For the other provinces, for the other cities, we don't have provinces here. So for the other cities, for example, Abu Dhabi, we have the HAD exam, and for the Sharjah, Fujairah, and Ajman, we have Ministry of Health exam, which is the MOH exam. I think most of the exams, all of them are sort of similar, although I did hear that HAD is a bit more difficult. But you have to choose which city you want to find a job in, and based on that you will do the exam and the whole process. So for me it was the DHA. Let's begin with the video. Alright, so the first step is that you have to make a DHA account. That is quite an obvious one, and I'm sure most of you must have already made it. So in that one, you have to go to the DHA single sign-on and make a new account, register there. And once you're done with that step, comes the second step, which is the health licensing service, that is known as the Sharian portal. You will find this somewhere on the windows. I am not sure, because I didn't take the screenshots when I was doing this whole process, and now my account has changed so much since I got the license. I cannot go back to the way it used to appear before. So I will try to give a detailed instruction so that you don't get confused. Okay, I'll try my best to make it as detailed as possible. So the Sharian portal, once you open that, from somewhere along the options, it will be quite obvious. Okay, then you will see there will be an option in the services somewhere, getting registered, and when you click on that, you will find a flow chart. It will show something like a step-by-step flow chart that is telling you how the whole process will go. So first thing was the self-assessment tool. We've already come to the step number 4. Okay, this is the self-assessment tool. In fact, this is the first step that you will go through. When you do this, you will be having a detailed sort of history about your personal details. Okay, they will ask you about where you graduated from, everything, your graduating year, which country you're originally from, all these things. Okay, you will find you have to just fill it, and they will give you an automatic result. It is by default, okay, based on the information you will fill in. They will ask you for the experience of work and all that. So first of all, before I go on, is you need to know whether you really are eligible to give the DHA exam or not, because this is where the self-assessment tool is going to rule you out. If you're not eligible, you won't be able to proceed. Okay, so for eligibility, if you have graduated from UAE, then you just need to have 1 year of house job or the internship experience, and you are eligible to go for the DHA exam. Some of you must be thinking that if someone graduated from UAE, why do they need to give the DHA exam? But that is how the rule is. Every single person has to give the DHA exam if they want to practice medicine in Dubai. All right. So as for those of you who have graduated from outside UAE, even if you are a UAE resident, doesn't matter. If you graduated from outside UAE, then you will need to have 1 more year of work experience apart from the internship or the house job. So that means total of 2 years of experience before you are eligible to give the DHA exam. All right. So now what happened is, in the self-assessment tool, if you say you're from like India or Pakistan or Bangladesh or all these countries, it's going to give you a non-eligible result by default, okay? Even if you graduated from UAE. So now what you'll have to do is, okay, honestly, this is where I got stuck. I got confused what to do next. Why is it not giving me the eligible, like green signal? It was saying that I'm not eligible because I need 1 more year of experience. But I already knew that I don't need that 1 year of extra experience. So then there will be an option at the end of the screen, like when you read that it's saying that you're not eligible and stuff, then towards the end, there will be an option to do a manual check. I don't know, it was something manual assessment, yeah. Alright, so once you click on the manual assessment, what that means is that someone is going to manually check whether you're eligible or not. And that requires a fee. I think it was around 200 dirhams to 230 dirhams, somewhere in that range. I'm sorry, I don't remember the exact prices of every single thing, but I just know that every step that I did required some sort of a fee, okay? So in this one, you are going to upload your degree certificate, your internship certificate, and some, like if you have any work experience, you'll upload all of that and submit it. And the person, there will be someone who will be manually, reviewing your application, and then they will give you the result. This might take up to 1 week, okay? And once you are eligible, that is when you should go to the next step. The next step is you have to book the DHA exam. Now there are some people who are exempted from the exam. For example, if you've done PLAB, the whole of PLAB, not just PLAB 1, okay, the whole of PLAB, then you are exempted from the DHA exam. Then you just have to skip this step and you have to give the proof that, okay, you have done, like you've passed the exam and stuff like that, and you just get the DHA eligibility letter at the end of the whole procedure, and then whatnot. And also I think those who have done USMLE are also exempted from the exam. And if you're not exempted from the exam, which is mostly the case for all of us, then you have to do the DHA exam. Now when it comes to booking this exam, it's a Prometric MCQ exam. Okay, so booking the DHA Prometric exam, you will click on that and you will be taken to another window, which is like, it's an exam company called Prometric, and you will have to book an exam over there. The exam costed around 1,000 dirhams. Once again, I'm sorry, it's not the exact price, but in that range, okay? And now there was something that really confused me in that step. So I want to point that out for all of you because it could also be the case for you guys. They will ask you for an eligibility ID or something, and I was thinking, where did that come from? Because when at the end of the self-assessment tool, I didn't get any eligibility ID. So this is actually in the Prometric window only. There will be some option that you will see that says generate eligibility ID. Now this is, I'm not exactly sure where it was, but if you try to search for this option, it will come up somewhere. Maybe it was on the same window, I can't really remember, but a friend told me about it, because otherwise I was confused how to book the exam. So that generate eligibility ID, you click on that and it will automatically give you one number. That is a very important number because you use that for the exam purpose. All right, and I think even later on your license number will have this number. Okay, so about the booking of the exam, I advise you to do this 1 month in advance, because there is another step which should be done in parallel to booking the DHA exam, and that requires at least 1 month. That is the primary source verification, or the PSV, by the Dataflow. Now this is, Dataflow is a company or something. It's sort of like, it's just a way of verifying your degrees. They will check with your universities whether this person really qualified from this university or not. They will just check the validity of all the certificates that you provide. So this takes up to 24 working days. That means 1 month, and that also costs around 1,000 dirhams. So it's not really necessary that you do this step before giving the exam, because what I did was I did the exam first, because I just wanted to make sure that I pass in first attempt, and then, you know, like go for the other things, because 1,000 dirhams is a lot. But then again, what happened was, it's not a good step if you want to save on time. A good strategy will be to do this before you give the exam or in parallel to it. So all right, so now fast forward to the time that you got your DHA exam result and you've passed. Let's be positive here. You passed in your first attempt, okay? Then now what you need to do is get registered. When you go to the get registered option, now you will see that your DHA exam result status will come as passed. They will automatically link your exam result, and there will be like, they will say all the steps will be like ticked in green, like this person has done all of this. And also your primary source verification needs to be done. The results need to be out for that as well, and that will be a tick as well. So everything will be tick, and then at the end all you have to do is apply. You need to get registered. It's another application. Even for this there was a fee of 200 something, can't remember exactly, but in that range. And at the end of it, I think it will take around 1 week, and then you will get your DHA eligibility letter. This is the most important letter if you want to find a job. You will see in the job search results, like every company, every clinic, hospital, whatever, they're asking for DHA eligibility or license. So if you are a fresher, you will obviously just get a DHA eligibility letter that will be valid for 12 months, and you need to find a job within those 12 months in order to be able to convert your eligibility letter to a DHA license. Now there is something that many of us don't know, even though we've graduated from here. I am pretty sure people from my batchmates didn't know about it as well, because they asked me later on, that the license is not something you apply from yourself. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. This is what happens when you record yourself. Okay? I was saying something so interesting, but anyway. Yes, so people think, God, this has turned into a comedy video. Pardon me. So people think that once you get the eligibility letter, you need to give the money and you will get your DHA license. It's not like that. The DHA license will be given to you by the facility that employs you. Now, some facilities are going to pay for your DHA license, which is like 3,000 dirhams, by the way. It's very expensive. This whole process is very expensive. So some of them will offer to pay for your DHA license, and some of them might not. You might have to pay for yourself. But the important point is, you can get your DHA license only when you find a job, because they are the ones who are going to sponsor you, and they're the ones who are going to give an application for the DHA license. Okay, so that was the important part, and now you've reached the step of getting the DHA license. All right, so if you have any questions, and I know it's a bit confusing, okay, I would suggest that you guys take notes from all of it. Maybe watch the video again and note down all the points that I said, because I'm sure I said it in order, but I told a lot of details and came back to some things. I'm sorry for that if you didn't understand anything, but I'm willing to answer all the questions that you ask me in the comments, and if there is a high demand, then I will also make my next video, which will be about how to pass the DHA exam in the first attempt. All right, so I hope this was a useful video for you, and let's see each other in the next video.